Hi guys, welcome to the Raven Wolf channel. This is Anna. Today I'm going to be reading part 3 of chapter 4 of the Mayan Factor, The Path Beyond Technology by Jose Arguelles. So, yeah, I've been packing all day. Well, not really. That's a lie. Because I've been sleeping all day and I woke up around, I don't know, 3:30, and I've been packing since then. So I decided to take a little break and yeah, record something for you guys. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start. So if we look in the mirror symmetry, we see an intimate set of reciprocal relations. The lower order number representing the constituent principle of the larger order number. Thus, while 1, the principle of unity, is balanced by 13, the rate of universal movement. 2, the principle polarity is balanced by 12, the principle of complex stability. Reflection shows that any order of complex stability is held together or torn apart by a subtle balance of polar forces. Sorry, I wanted to see the time. In the mirror pair, we see that the principle of rhythm 3 accounts for variability and introduces the possibility of randomness, which plays such a role in 11, the principle of dissonant structure. 10, the principle that allows the manifestation to occur, is complemented by 4, representing the principle of measurement. It is only through an operation of measure as a wholeness and other that any manifestation can occur as a coherent organism. The principle, oops, I just pulled my headphone. The principle of the center governed by 5 allows the order of the 4 to move as the season move around the common solar center. Oh wow. Hold on, you guys. I just realized that this candle is melting because this is too close to that one. There. I'm glad I looked. Otherwise, I would have a bunch of melted pink wax right there. Let's see. Oops. Let's see. 4. As a coherent organism, the principle of the center governed by the number 5 allows the order 4 to move as the season move around as a common solar center. The cycle periodically of movement organized by a common center 5 is governed by 9. Finally, the 6, the rate of the organic balance, is so called because it represents a factoring of the polar principle of 2. With the principle of rhythm 3, the product 6 organic balance represents the hexagonal ordering principle underlying crystal and cellular structures. This organic balance 6 is complemented by 8, the principle of harmonic resonance, which governs the octave frequency levels by which all organic structures, inclusive of crystal, vibrate. With no mirror number to complement it, 7 is the unique symmetry relation to 1 and 13, the alpha and the omega, as it is where of the Mayan number of harmonic. At the center of the pattern 7 represents the magic by which the whole holds together. Such, in brief, are the meanings of the numbers in the complementary relation to each other. Obviously, there are many more relations that can be explored intuitively. Through playing with the radical reciprocal relations the numbers all have to each other. Suffice it is for the moment to say that the description gives some idea of the progression of the structural cycle underlying the operation of the galaxy, or any of its constituent members as a self-sustaining, self-organized whole. The number takes on a richer meaning when combined with the 20 positional symbols which describe the horizon lattice of the loom of the Maya. In the 13 number of the pulsation rays, the 20 signs are frequently ranged responsibilities that allow the primary harmonic structures to come into existence. While in Earth Ascending, I compare the 20 symbols to the 20 amino acids which comprise the DNA. The 13 intervals between the 20 symbols could also be compared to the 19 twists of the complementary DNA strands taken in order to complete a codon. One of 64 six-part structures that constitute the generic code. On our planet, the Maya translate these 20 positional places into the 20 symbols known as the 20 sacred signs. I want to stop here really quick and say the Mayan life path astrology reading that I use, I also use the 13, 20, the 20 sacred numbers, which are, it will be as your day sign. Is one of the 20 is your day sign. And also with the Trecena, the 13, one of the 13, it will be one that belongs to you according to your birthday. But anyways, I just wanted to throw that out. It is often said that the Mayan signs are more ideographic than hieroglyphic. A hieroglyph uses image to speak words or sounds. An ideograph uses signs, often an abstract nature, to convey ideas without using particular words or phrases. As ideographic symbols, there are many different ways in which these signs can be read. Dense with meanings, the signs demand an analogical understanding. Analogical thinking randomly floats and leads to the conclusion by like association, liking seemingly dissimilar things. Analogical thinking is also that which creates from the basis of like proportions. As we have already seen, the Mayan number symbolism is completely based off a fractal harmonics which are based on like proportions. The 20 sacred signs, like the 13 numbers, participate in the same fractal harmonic. When we look at the 20 sacred signs, we see that they are elegantly comically simple. Even more than ideographic, they are iconic. They are simple images. Some are more abstract than others. Some appear like faces. One is like a hand. The ultimate iconic simplicity. The signs are easy to imprint as any set of comic book characters. Indeed, the signs beg to be imprinted, for in essence they are memory triggers. Whether familiar, humorous, or enigmatic, the signs are ready-made without complication. In this lies their ease and their power. Here, I'll show you guys the 20-day signs. We have, from the east, we have Imix, Chichan, Muluk, Ben, and Kaban. From the north, we have Ik, Kimi, Ok, Ix, and Etenab. On the west, we have Akbal, Manik, Chuen, Men, and Kawak. And on the south, we have Kan, Lamat, Eb, Kib, and Anahu. The 20 signs are associated with specific directions which further amplifies their meaning. The directions run in counterclockwise order from the east to north, to west to south. This is because this order complements the order of the number 1, 2, 3, all the way to 13, which could be used to run in the clockwise direction. Remember, in the Subuya of the Maya, time and everything else operates in at least two directions simultaneously. Jeez. The meaning of the directions is as follows. The east, place of light and generation, the color red. North, place of wisdom, purification, and is the color white. The West, place of death and transformation, the color black. South, place of life and expansion, the color yellow. Like the 1 through 13, the 20 sacred signs are reciprocal. They build on each other and reference of each other for meaning. On the other hand, a certain meaning is also gained by the relation to each other in order in which they invariably appear. My initial presentation of the sacred signs is based on a somehow cosmological description of the signs from the prophetic text of the book of the Chilam Balam. In these representations, the signs describe a process of development, the path of the life itself. Again, I'm going to stop there. That's why the Mayan astrology reading that I offer is called the life path reading, because it explains more about, like it says here, the path of life itself. But anyways, the first 7 signs represented the cycle of the lower body and the physical being, while the remaining 13 signs describe the evolution of the higher mental body. However, it should not be thought that the evolution described by a later 13 sign in any ways replaces the evolution described by the first 7 signs. Everything is congruent and interpreting. The second level of the 13 signs is again divided into 2 stages. The first stage consists of 7 signs, inclusive of signs 8 through 14, and the second stage consists of the 6 signs from 15 to 20. So let us now present the signs and the directional associations. 1 Imix is the source of life, dragon, primal water, blood, nurturance, breast mother energy, power of birthing, and the east. 2 Ik is the spirit, the breath, the wind, the cosmic energy, inspirational vital principle, respiratory system, and the north. 3 Akbal, house of enclosing darkness, night, body, place of mystery, heart of the internal organs, and is from the west. 4 Kan is the seed, the idea, the ordering power of growth, generative principle, sex and reproduction, and is the south. 5 Chichan is the serpent, is the nervous system, represents the reptilian brain, integration and attainment of autonomic functions, is the east. Number 6 Kimi, death, revelations, realization of morality and physical body, and is from the north. 7 Manik is the hand, the grasping closure, the knowledge of the power of completion, realization of finiteness of physical being, and is from the west. Now, develop of the higher being, the generative stage, is 8 Lamat, the star, the harmony, the octave, intuitive realization of the pattern of the higher life, love, and starseed, and is from the south. 9 Muluk, raindrop, cosmic reed in the gate of the awakening consciousness, principle of communication and expansion of the higher life, and is from the east. 10 Ok, dog, mammalian brain, emotional life, guided and principle of loyalty, faithfulness that gives strength in the spiritual journey, and is from the north. Sorry guys, my computer just turned off on me. 11 Chuen is the monkey, is the artist, is the trickster, the principle of intelligence, the co-creator of the higher life, and is from the west. 12 is Eb, human vessel of penetrating of the higher mind, and is from the south. 13 Ben, skywalker, pillar of heaven and earth, aspiration of the uniting heaven and earth, principle of growth and the higher mind, the reed, and is from the east. 14 Ix, the sorceress, the jaguar, the felon energy, the night seer, attainment of the magical powers. higher level of individual consciousness development, and is from the north. Now, from develop of the higher mind, the higher being, fulfilled stage is 15 men, ego, higher collective mind, planetary mind of consciousness, from the west. 16 is Kib, cosmic force, ability to contact and commune with galactic consciousness, and is from the south. 17, Kaban, earth, earth force, synchronicity, power of intelligence of synchronicity, and is from the east. 18, Esnab, is the whole of mirrors, ritual pattern of no time, ritual stroke, ritual knife, sword of wisdom and purification, and is from the north. Kuak is storm, thunder cloud, and thunder being, transformation that precedes full realization of realization, and is from the west. And last one is 20, Ahau, solar mind, solar lord, mastery, realization of the solar body, wisdom, knowledge, ability to focus in galactic whole, ability to encompass and generate an entire cycle, and it is from the south. Maybe my nose is itching. Maybe if I have time, I might write all of them. There are a lot. There are 20, so there are a lot. So I don't know. We shall see. So the first sign, Imix, is in the east. The last sign, Anahu, is from the south. The entire circuit is completed, a circuit of life woven of the loom of the Maya. Everything is everything is in it that pertains to being, not only as a progression of the light, but as a ladder to be ascended by a hero and a heroine alike. The 20 signs is the ever-evolving, I was going to read that again. The 20 signs in their ever-revolving order define a path of life in which the physical being prepares in stages for the higher mental spiral of being. It is a path of being that is total and inclusive of a human being. A path and a pattern of being that is a universal, not merely on this life on this planet, but in all life throughout the universe. In their glyphs, iconic, comic books, simplicity, the 20 signs describe the destinal adventures of the Mayan navigators have successfully charted in their light crafter exploration of the galactic field. Because of the directional order, the entire circuit of 20 signs can be viewed as the 5 sets of radical pockets, each one turning counterclockwise from the east to the north to the west to the south. Each 4-armed pockets should be imaginated spiraling in a phase with the others, reciprocally, harmonically interacting in a simultaneous manner. Let us further image that each of the 5 pockets represents a direction in itself, which allows follow the fourfold counterclockwise movement characterizing the order of the signs. Thus, the first 4 pockets represent the direction of the east, north, west, and south, while the 5th pocket represents the seasons of the center. In this manner, a mandalic pattern is generated by the spiral movement of the sprockets. Each sprocket a fractal or a hologram of the entire progression. Here then follow the group of the 20 signs into 5 directional seasonal sprockets of cyclical families. So cyclical families of the East. The title is The Generation of Light. East, Imix, which is the light quickens into form. North, Ik, the wind purifies the form. West, Akbal, the form field enclosure. And the south is Kan, the form generates its own seed. Okay, I'm going to show you a picture of the 20 signs as memory sprockets. So the cyclical family of the cyclical family of the north is purification of the light. East is Chichan. The form takes a specific being. North, Kimi, specific being knows as a transcendent of death. West, Manic, through skill of things are transformed. South, harmony is born, uniting all things at one. The cyclic family of the west is transformation of light. East, Mulok, through the cosmic gate of the creative seed is sown. North, Ok, through loyalty and faithfulness the creativity seed is guided. West, Chuen, through artistry the creative seed is empowered. South, Ev, the creative empowerment penetrates, making fully human. The cyclical family of the south, expansion of the light, is the east, Ben, descendant of the Skywalker. North, Ix, star-born wisdom of the magician. West, Men, attainment of the planet mind. South, Kib, reunion with an embodiment of as the cosmic force. Cyclical family of the center, renewal of the light. East, Kaban, alignment of planetary force. North, Etznab, ritual entrance into timelessness. West, Kuak, transformation of transformation. South, Ahau, attainment of the light, attainment of the mind of the light. Representing the power of the stages of the galactic ladder of the light, the signs constitute a lattice of the myth Boyage. For dwelling into 20 sacred signs are the source of the mythic structure. Myth is here understood as the frame of resonating points spun out of the galactic heart, informing every aspect of the galactic whole. The 20 anchor points in the mythic frame are the primal symbols, those spiraling powers from a fractal ladder, connecting mythologies, worlds, and star systems. In the process of unfoldment described by the 20 signs, the 5th, the 10th, the 15th, and the 20th sign represents key articulation of the evolutionary stage of the mind passing into ever greater, more compassing fields of being. Each of these 4 signs is associated with each of the 4 directions and can be considered the ruler of the particular direction. The 4th sign is a role of evolutionary directional guardians, constitute an inner wheel of meaning. The 5th sign is the East, Chichan, is the reptile brain. Autonomic system is the instinct. 10th is the sign of the North. Ok is the mammal brain, emotional and conceptual mind. 15th sign is the West, the planet brain, the higher resonance mind. The 20th sign is from the South. Ahau is the solar brain, starhood, and the mind of the light. Yeah, let me see how many minutes we've been at. You know what? Might as well finish it reading. There's only 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm just gonna finish reading it. I'm getting major tinglies in my third eye, and my nose keeps itching. But okay, so here I'm going to show you a picture of the inner wheel of evolutionary directional guardians. So there's 4, right? Because there's 4 cardinal directions. So let's see. Can you see? Okay. When the 20 sacred signs are combined with the 13 numbers, which can be visualized emanating from each other signs, the entire 260-unit mythic lattice is constituted. The lattice, called Soulskin, a harmonic module, is a hologram and a transmutation table of the different levels of information, knowledge, consciousness, and being. Through the understanding of the application of the module, different resonances can be pinpointed of the light body and can be crafted and navigated, but these uses are for the advance. The Maya knew that as a total organism, we humans were not yet at the stage of the fully crafting the light body. So they showed the use of the soul skin as a time recording device, representing but only dimensions of the harmonic module. The sacred 260-day calendar is nonetheless the key left behind by the Maya to unlock the other dimensions of the module. As a hologram of the galactic process and patterns, the sacred calendar is still useful and needs to be understood for what it is: the fractal pattern demonstrating the 20 spiraling galactic vortices charging with the 13 pulsation rays, information beings, superimposed upon 260 days passage of our planet around the sun. The Maya further show how this 260 unit pattern looks with the solar cycle every 52 years. Being the fractal of the 5,200-ton cycle, which describes the diameter of the current synchronization beam through which spaceship Earth is traversing. The 52-year cycle describes a period of time which not one day was repeated. Every day had a unique name and meaning. As a fractal template applied to our planetary passage, the soul skin of a sacred calendar is visible into our 4 larger patterns of the seasons of 65 kin or day each. These 4 days are visible in 4 larger patterns of These 4 seasons, holographically imprinted with every 260-day cycle, represents the unceasing galactic discharge of energy in a 4-fold cyclical pattern. The 4-fold energies correspond, among other things, to the 4 directions. The larger 65-day season of the soul skin are functions of the 4 characters whom we just introduced as the evolutionary directional guardians. So here's another picture I have to show you guys. This is the sulking burner cycles. So from the east, Ok, north, Men, west, and Ahau, south, is the later prophetic text. These dimensional directional guardians were associated with the image of the burner, the primordial timeless fire bringer, the hero of the vision and light, venerated everywhere by different names as the Promethean bestower of culture. These 4 burners, corresponding of the 4 evolution stations, ruled by the 4 evolution guardians. Each evolutionary station is divided into 4 stages, 3 of 20 days each and 1 5-day, of a total of 65 days of each evolutionary station. Thus, there are 4 initiatory days per station. They are significant for the burner cycles. The sequence of evolution station guardians and burner days is as follows. Stations of the east. The guardians are the Chichan, which is the serpent. Burner takes the fire 3 Chichan. Burner begins the fire 10 Chichan. Burner runs with the fire 4 Chichan. Burner puts out the fire with 11 Chichan. Sorry, my computer. Okay. Station of the north. Guardian Ok, the dog. Burner takes the fire 3 Ok. Burner begins a fire 10 Ok. Burner runs with fire 4 Ok. Burner puts out the fire, 11 o'clock. Stations of the west. The guardian is men, which is the eagle. And burner takes the fire, 3 men. Burner begins the fire, 10 men. Burner runs with the fire, 4 men. Burner puts out the fire, 11 men. This is ridiculous, you guys. That my nose keeps itching. It's like tingling, like a feather is tingling in my nose. The station of the south, the guardian is Ahau, which is the solar lord. Burner takes the fire, 3 Anahu. Burner begins the fire, 10 Anahu. Burner runs with the fire, 4 Anahu. Burner puts out the fire, 11 Anahu. In the imagery of the burner, we may visualize the 4 sacred stations of the 4 directions, each protected by its guardian. In this phase, burner takes the fire, the guardian takes the knowledge of the fire that the previous station to the new station. The number associated with the first phase is 3, the rate of rhythm and synergy. In the second phase, burner begins the fire. The knowledge of fire is actually applied to illuminate the occurrent evolution season. The number associated with this phase is 10, the rate of manifestation. In the third phase, burner days with the fire. The guardian takes the fire and spread its influence. The number associated with this phase is 4, the rate of measure of expression of the 4 directions. Finally, in the fourth phase, the burner puts out the fire and seals the influence of the fire to the current evolution stage. The number associated with the fourth stage is 11, the day of dissonance. In this mythic structure, commemorating the seasons of light, we begin to see of the multi-level symbolic potentialities contained with the soul skin or harmonic module. Sprung from the radial matrix of the Hunavku, the 13 times 20 unit template is merely the device for providing the focus that allows us to take it in the whole. Ever mandalic, the Mayan factor is fractal harmonic, whose woven pattern describes a science beyond materialism, and whose resonance matrices tunes us into the mythic web, directing us to the home which we went directing us to the home which we never left. Taking in the whole, the 260 unit template can also be described as the holo scanner. Not only does such a device provide us with a view of the whole, but being a fractal of a holographic chip of the galactic block, it provides entrance to the multiple realms of the being of consciousness, with this challenging thought, let us take the harmonic module and see more precisely how it gives us a holo scan of 5,200 ton synchronization beam, whose passage our planet is now preparing to conclude. Ooh. And that was the end. And here, that was the end of chapter 4, you guys. Yay! So I will begin chapter 5 sometime next week. The title of the chapter 5 is History and the Solar System, the Galactic View. Ooh, sounds interesting, huh? But I know this chapter 4, was a lot of numbers and information, and the south and the north, but I think that the reason why this chapter was so long and so many numbers were involved is because it was explaining the harmonic module. It was revealed to us. So I'm hoping that chapter 5 is gonna be a little less numbers and more of other stuff, which I think it will be. I mean, the title is so teasing, right? The History of the Solar System, the Galactic View. Wow. So yeah, we're gonna do chapter 5 sometime next week. So I hope you guys enjoyed this read I will see you guys sometime next week with chapter 4. So have a good night and in Lakesh. Bye guys.